Hello everyone, today's beginners lesson on the king and queen checkmate. The reason why I'm making a video is because there's not that many YouTube videos based on king and queen checkmate, and it's one of the vitally important aspects of chess. King and queen checkmate is the most important checkmate in all of chess, and once you've mastered it, you should be able to do it in under 10 seconds. As you can see, I've set a basic position up on the board with the king on e4 and the white king and queen on d1 and e1, and their job is to checkmate the black king. I think the most easiest and most understandable way to show you how to mate the king is through the box method that I was taught. This method is like using the queen to create a box around the black king and slowly but surely make this box smaller and squash the black king. So the first move I'm going to make in this position to create a box is queen to b3. As you can see from the yellow squares, the king is trapped in that yellow box. The queen rakes across the b file and the third rank, so the king cannot escape from that box, and the idea is to make it even smaller. So when the king moves to f4, we have to make the box smaller, and queen d3 does this. You can see the box has got slightly smaller, and it is our job to consistently do this. Black plays king to g5, and once again white plays a move queen e4 to make the box smaller. Black plays king f6, white plays queen d5, black plays king to e7, white plays queen c6. As you can see, the box is even smaller. King f7, queen to d6. We need the box even smaller. King g7, queen to e6. You can see now that black has very few squares remaining. But we don't want to make the smallest box possible. A beginner's mistake here is playing queen to f7, where black is now in stalemate. Black cannot play king to g8 because the queen is checking that square. The king is trapped, and this is a drawn position. Instead, we need to let the king breathe with one square. This is why queen e7 is a much better move. Black is now forced to pick between king to g8 and king h8, and white can get on with the next stage of his plan. Because the black king is trapped in the smallest box possible, white can just simply march the king up to g6 and use both the king and queen to checkmate the black king. As the white king marches up, black simply flails in the box and waits for the impending doom. Once the king is at g6, there are several ways to win the game. The most obvious is queen to g7, checkmate. Another way is queen to f8, checkmate, and because kings can't kiss, the black king is trapped. Here I have set up another position for the king and queen checkmate. Now, can you see which move gets the black king inside a box? Congratulations if you spotted queen to g5, which traps the king in the g file and the 5th rank. After the black king goes to d4, there is a way to make the box even smaller, with queen to f5. This is a plausible approach, but in this game we're going to combine the king and the queen. So instead here, white plays king to b3, cutting off the c3 and c4 squares. White is using both the king and the queen to limit black's squares. Black now plays king to d3, and since the white king cannot approach the black king, white is forced to play queen to f4, making a smaller box. Black now only has one square. He is forced to play king to e2. After this move, white can of course play queen to g3, creating a smaller box. However, there is a swifter move with king to c3, also limiting black's squares. It is a clever move because it forces black's king onto the first rank, which helps to deliver checkmate much quicker. However, white needs to be wary. For instance, queen f3 in this position is an absolute massive blunder. Black is out of squares and in stalemate. It is therefore a draw. Instead, white should aim for queen h2, creating a small box and trapping the king in the first rank. Black now has two moves. If king d1, queen d2 is checkmate. So black is forced to play king f1, and now it's just a matter of technique. White plays king to e3, and black's king can no longer go to g1. King e1 is forced, and there follows queen e2, checkmate. To improve further, I would recommend playing with a partner and trying to use this box method and the combination of the king and queen, and with practice you will be able to do the king and queen checkmate in under 10 seconds.